Hello, hello, how are we all doing today? As you can see, it's a bit dark in FSX at the moment. It's a bit cloudy in Shannon Airport today. I've got a new skin for the Saab, which is a beautiful Aer Lingus commuter, circa 1995 texture. Quite happy with it. What I'm going to do first is I need to find where I was in this blooming scene here, because I need to find the... Is this it? Nope. This. Because we need to go into Air Hauler itself. And set up had our crew from Shannon to, it's going to be super easy to do this, Waterford, which is where we're flying off to today. We're going to have super cheap tickets, they're only going to be probably around £50 each. Go for... How much does it cost? 341. Let's go for a bit of profit. 820. Oh, it's just plain. I'm making more money with less passengers here, so let's just. Can I make 1,000? We can make 1,000. Can I make 1,100? Let's go for 1,035. Departure time is going to be about. This is going to sound silly. 17:30 Zulu. Even though we're currently at 16:10 Zulu in real life. Livery, not skin. It's the same thing. And I can't remember. I think it's the cleaning products was the one that I wanted to load on. Why is there ice there for Waterford? I don't know. And we'll just accept that. Hit OK. So let's get little nav map on the go here and show you guys what we're going to be flying this route at least. We'll be flying out of Shannon over to the Shannon NDB. Then pretty much straight across the country over towards Feathered. Is it Cloneen area for the Abagu waypoint and the Abagu to Alpha arrival into Waterford, where we'll be probably landing runway 21. I am going to be using Project Fly. Let's just hit fly now on that and get FSX back up. So I can close down that. Close down that. Boarding will start in about 8 minutes, so let's get this plane set up. Let's see, batteries on. Just get all of my everything set up here real quick. Nav lights on. Gens can stay off. Cockpit is sterile. Go on. I'll keep the standby pitot for now. Anything else that needs to go on immediately? Avionics. Flight sims or games, Traff. Right, power going from Shannon to Waterford. Menu. We've only got an arrival here, and it's the. Well, let's just program in the ILS for runway 21. Because there's no Bag 2 Alpha arrival. Or is it the Bag 2 Alpha departure? Must be the Bag 2 Alpha departure. We'll be departing runway 06. And arriving ILS 21. Should give me... Yep. Comically, that is the entire flight plan. We're gonna want to go higher than... Yeah, what? Let's fly this, what's our, flight plan say here? 11,000. So we're going Shannon runway 24, even though we're actually leaving 06 today. Back to Alpha and the Waterford runway 3, it's saying. This may be problematic. Little nav map, come to my aid. You can't see this, but meh. Little nav map. Give me Shannon info plus, because I'm apparently in needing of Shannon info. Comms 130905. Darth of the $10 super chat saying butter. 1000. I need 2 more zeros, please. 11000. There we go. A bagu can be 11000. We can descend that far in. Some nautical miles. It's 130. Was it 130905? Let's get the Forza overlay gone out there. 3095.
Airport information, India 1712 Impute 66 at 1 more. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky conditions, altitude 2000 scattered, feeling 2800 overcast. Temperature 123.7. Altimeter 3021. ILS, runway 2 warp in use. Landing and departing runway 2 warp. VFR aircraft stay direction of flight. All aircraft reback hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have India.
So we do need to take off. It must be the bag 2 Bravo I need for 24. Yeah, it's the bag 2 Bravo, which I think is the same. I think it's the same departure, just with the runway swapped. That'll do. I want to be 1000. A bagu. Yeah. VATSIM! I'm not playing on VATSIM, Graf. I was just grabbing the latest status. So let's set up the aircraft here real quick. I need to go into Chrome and just check what fuel need. 936. I think that's in kilos. So it should be good for fuel. Let's get some catering on the go here. From Gate Aviation. I'm gonna just real quick turn off the batteries. Because this plane likes eating its batteries. Let's get the door open. And now we wait for catering and boarding and all of that good stuff. Yeah, Traff, you need to learn how to land planes, good lord. Your landings are atrocious, dude. Hello, Sylvan. There's the catering truck on its way. You might notice this channel looks slightly different to the one that I had last time I streamed this. It's because I've swapped out the freeware channel I had for actually every bit of scenery I had for Ireland, which was all freeware for Orbex's Ireland. Because I bought that last night out of basically boredom. Let's have a look at the... Yeah, there's no way for me to avert the eyes from the catering truck just driving straight through the bottom of the plane and now embedding itself in the wing. Just gonna need GSX as well and request boarding. Brace, brace, brace. Please watch your spines. The local chiropractor is on call at the gate for the post-landing checklist. Hey, James D. And we're flying Shamrock. What's our call sign today? Because I can't remember. It's Shamrock. It'll say in my briefing. Shamrock 543. Completely pointless to do this, but I do it anyway. Air hauler boarding is now in progress, which is good. We're scheduled for our cruising altitude tonight, or today, of 1000. Anything else I need to do? Hey, Kirk. Is this gonna be a safe flight? Yes. Hello, Matt. Let's get the prop sync turned on right now, just so that it's on. Anti-skids can remain off until we're on landing, or we're on approach at least. And I'm gonna want to... I can't tune it in right now because I got the batteries off because this thing's a bit weird. Here's our GSX passengers getting on. I don't have level 2 because it's not really worth it, so they're magic and invisible. They're getting off that little minibus for some reason, despite the fact that the gate is there. Well, there actually. Probably there. So we got 3 minutes remaining in boarding. Gonna leave the door open until the air hauler guys are boarded. Where are we off to? We're off to Waterford Airport, which I haven't flown into in a little while. We're flying Echo India Charlie Fox Charlie, aka St. Finbar, an old Aer Lingus commuter plane, which I think I've seen in real life. I'm trying to do a quick check of control surfaces here while I'm sat on the ground. Don't know how this is working. I'm guessing it's... Yep, we are good to go. Control surfaces are all working. So let's into the cockpit. GSX level 2 is a complete waste of money. Throttles to idle. Flaps are coming down once we get the engines running. We may actually get an icing warning here from GSX. Which would not be ideal, but meh. Got some traffic parked over there. The GA area. Some really old cars. Two what appear to be Toyota AE86s. Over the airframe's in the States? Wait, the actual airframe of this plane, the real life version, is in the US, being restored by a friend of yours. That's kind of awesome, actually. See Corsa? Yeah, there's a kind of a mix of cars here, and this is all through Orbex. Nearly got all the passengers boarded, so let's get the batteries back on. Call for pushback. Close the door. I'm going to want to push basically either way. Nose right would be better. And I don't want to start the engines before pushback. Trying to verify. Door is closed, door is closed. quick check of the battery. Battery is good.
Captain, we're ready for pushback.
Beacon can go on.
Locking gear.
Pitot can go on. Temperature plus 15, we're good. Circulation can go on.
Locking gear.
Seatbelt light can go on. Hey, Shadowbox! Anything else we need to do right now? Pitot heat is on. Don't need fuel cross feed. Don't need anti-ice. Let's squawk.
Departure check completed.
17
Bypass pin inserted.
34.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Here to start engines. Perfect. We'll start with engine 2. Give it a second to spool and feed it some fuel. No hot start, please. Sometimes it hot starts. No hot start. Good start. Exhaust temperature come down now. There we go. Engine 2 is stabilized. Engine 1 coming online now. Saab is in the car company, dude. Same company. And engine 1 is stable. So now for the most awkward bit, which is getting the prop 1 control up to max for takeoff. Dome light can now go off. We don't need that. Be engaging parking brake.
Set parking brakes.
Now. Parking brake set. Need to wait for this to disconnect to turn on taxi light. Yeah, Saab went to Saab started with aircraft, same as BMW. Saab planes, bus 2. I think they've gone back to planes. Like what Dart said. Planes tend to be a bit more profitable for companies like Saab. Because there's always a market for kind of small to medium turboprops. This is a quite small one.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Welcome back, Slim. Saab Scanias, they're owned by the same group. Okay, so taxi light on.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
I just need to check if I'm pointing the wrong way. We can fix this. So we'll just spin around here and go up taxiway delta. Right, flaps 5 engaged. Just quick U-turn in the Saab here, so that we're at least taxiing in the correct direction. And there's Delta down there, that's where we're headed. I just put... Eddie! But you can taxi a bit faster than that. So this is effectively the most boring part of the flight, where we're just driving the plane around. This has to be Delta. That's way too small for this plane, so this has to be Delta. By process of the plane won't fit down the other taxiway, this one has to be Delta. Pretty sure it is. My little nav map is wrong for this. Hang on, let me show you guys something. Little nav map is wrong as saying I'm not even on a taxiway. That's what happens sometimes with charts disagreeing with the actual sim. But I'm fairly certain I'm actually on taxiway Delta.
3-1. Approaching 3-1.
I don't think I did, Eddie. Yes, Trav, I know about Navigraph, but I don't have that kind of money. Just want to double check that my altimeters are set correctly. They were slightly off. Got a slight crosswind going on here, so the plane's wanting to kind of veer a bit. It does like torquing to one side or the other, I've noticed. Yes, I do. I do what? Well, I've got enough to buy a monthly subscription. I know this, Darth. For charts and Air, it's $10 a month. I know this, yes. I actually probably will get Navigraph after the stream. So it looks like we will be flying into a headwind here, which is good. Do have a bit of a weather concern. Looking at the weather radar, it is quite green. There's a 747 just abandoned in Shannon Airport. Who abandoned their 747? Right, we're at runway entry here, so let's hold. Get this set up for a runway. And we've been cleared. Line up and wait. Hey Chris, how are we now? Eddie, that sounds stupid that somebody's just abandoned a plane, but it happens a lot more than you'd think. I believe there's an abandoned Singapore Airlines A380 somewhere. Alright, so let's get on the go. We're quite lined up perfectly, but just get the engines stable here. And we've I've forgotten to turn on the gens.
On taxiway.
We have no electronics. We're flying this purely by hydraulics because I forgot to turn on the generators when I turned on the engines. And rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Let's get VNav on the go. Forgot to turn on the generators. I knew there was something I was forgetting. So just ignore my slight bit of idiocy. I also want to get the yaw damper on just so the plane flies a bit more stable. Go to retract flaps now. 1500 feet. Why is the plane descending? Here we go. What time am I streaming? Right now? Right, let's reset this to 2,500. And reset this to 6,000. So hopefully we get a good climb going here. There we go, that's a good climb. What do I think of the FS19 trailer today? I liked it. Forklift. Forklift is star of trailer. I'm just gonna bring up 12115. That's not what I wanted to grab, actually. I mean, it's useful, but that's not what I wanted to grab. It is actually the runways 21 ILS 110.9. 110.9er for the ILS there. 110.9er for the ILS. It's always helpful to have both nav suites tuned to ILS. As you look out, you can see Shannon there, and I believe that's Limerick. Down on the ground, you can see a buttload of fields and houses and stuff. Let's get a top-down view here. You can see some quite lovely detail of Ireland as we zoom out the world. Well, you can see Limerick here, Shannon here. If I zoom out a bit more, Cork down here. I live here. And Waterford just lighting up over here now. And this is what Orbex gets you. Or gives you. There's the plane. Just in the marker there. Some fields that are a bit wet by the looks of it. Let's get back into the cockpit here. Have a look out the window. We are dangerously coasting over speed, so I'm just gonna dial back the throttle a bit. And for some reason we're not climbing quite as fast as we should be, so I'm just gonna set a new height of 1,2000 there so that we get a good climb going. I accidentally set 1200. 1,000. Not 1,200 feet. We want to be going significantly higher than 1,200 feet off the ground. There we go. There basically is no Waterford Airport. It's only used for rescue helicopters. It is used for private aircraft as well, currently. Although you are correct, Kira, there is no commercial flight into Waterford Airport anymore. There used to be one or two a week. Is the Ireland's airport in the game? I believe so. We're really just not climbing. This is gonna be a very low and quite slow flight as a result. Let's get rid of the menu bar. Hey Archie, enjoying the slideshow? Yeah, I don't quite know why my frame rate is so but it is. Possibly it's something to do with the fact that I'm using Orbex Ireland. Let's close some stuff down. Actually, let me open up my task manager. I'm using up all my CPU power! That's what the problem is! What can I close that won't affect things? J volume can go. There we go, CPU's starting to normalize, so frame rate's coming back suddenly. Your name be Blue? No. Yeah, suddenly I've managed to stabilize the frame rate. happens with flight sim when you're close to the ground though, it just slide shows a bit and goes to 30 odd FPS. What CPU monitoring software do I have? I have Task Manager, and I use CAM as well. CAM, which always just throws warnings at me. My CPU load is still at 100%, I've just realized. What else can I get rid of that is not necessary for this stream? That can go temporarily. There's nothing else really. It's nighttime, I don't turn down render distance. Because I quite like seeing the lights in the distance. Also, it seems to... I think Orbex has actually increased the render distance, which might be the problem. We're just gonna leave this run along for a bit, and I'm gonna chat with chat while the game slide shows itself. Hey, NHF. So this is why I do flight sim streams, is so that I can just turn around and face this way and chat with you guys while the plane does its own thing on autopilot. Genuinely prefer this kind of stream. What is the big red roll for? What big red roll?
How did you do that? How did you do that?
What's that above my head? That would be a decoration that I put on my microphone a long time ago. Give you a fact sheet hint. Farming. Hey, Mossy. Under the gauges. Big red roll under the gauges. Oh, this is the roll inhibitor. That is a pitch inhibitor. It prevents autopilot from using them, which I don't want to activate at all, ever. No, so it's a little LED that... Hang on, let me get it back down a bit closer to the camera. It's a little LED with a Darth Vader... See, my screen is affecting it. A Darth Vader face on it. That's what was above my head, because it's been kind of sliding down lately. That song is terrible. Oh yeah, I actually have to open up Pretzel to do this, don't I? Here we go. We've seemingly come out of the clouds. All of a sudden. Have I broken something? The clouds are only rendering there. It's perfectly fine everywhere else. So now we can kind of get a good look at what the Orbex does. There is I open up the radar here on Project Fly. It's going to take a second for it to load up. Bring this scene up for you guys so you can see it too. We're going to do any ATS or ETS stream soon. Maybe. I haven't fully decided. It's taking a while for the radar to load in, so let's just use a little nav map here. We are currently... Oh, that's Cashel County, Tipperary. That's yeah, there we are. I think we're going to be the only arrival into water for today. So straight ahead we should be able to see that's Cashel right there. And I gotta admit, that is not a bad representation of very roughly what Cashel looks like. So this is fairly recent, because that's the motorway. Right there. Going onto the old ring, going onto the old We're kind of alongside the old road to Dublin. So the Rock of Cashel should be about here. Maybe back here a bit. Is it in the cave? Is it being rendered, I wonder? Do you know, I think that might be it. No, it couldn't be that. Where is it? The Rock of Cashel's around here somewhere. That's pretty cool that you can... The Orbex has made it so you can basically make out the individual towns. Is this game hard to play? Yes. Do you need to know what every button does? No. Flight sims are inherently hard because it's a plane. They're not easy to fly. Grand set of wheels on this thing if you could see them. Well, pulled in the landing gear. Ooh, something's made the game unimpressive. The landing gear are currently retracted, and I have noticed actually that... Let's turn off this scene. Let me just tweak this scene real quick. Let me just fix this for you guys so you can see it a bit better. What is it that I want to do? Let's do color correction. There we go. There we go. Now you guys can see it a bit more similarly to what I'm seeing. So we got our lovely Aer Lingus commuter plane here. Taking a turn, and we should actually be starting to descend. Whoa, okay, that's a bit extreme of a descent. Whoa, whoa. Woo. Woo key. I'm gonna need to tune in ATIS real quick. 12115. One, 2, 1. 1, 5.
Waterford Airport information. Hotel 1744 Zulu. Wind 285 at 10. Stability greater.
Runway 21 is a good landing runway. 3020 on the altimeter, which is good. Runway 21. Fantastic. Nose dive down to the airport. Oh, we're in a decent descent. Yeah, you wouldn't want to stream this until you actually understand the aircraft reasonably well. Before I stream, I usually do 1 or 2 flights of just kind of testing. Where are we currently? Okay, so I want to actually input a show arrival procedures, ILS-21. I'm guessing it's via togbow. Just at a random guess, we're going via togbow. Are we going via togbow? Kind of. How many passengers do I have? 23, I think. Yeah, I can pull butter out of nosedive too, Darth. But now that I actually understand how to use the ILS on this thing, we shouldn't need to. Just kind of monitoring some stuff here in the background, like where we actually are in relation to the airport. There we go. under 100 consistently. Like if I have a particularly bad landing, it might be, you know, 80 or 90. Occasionally 110. But this is basically the plan for today. It's a couple of short hops. When we get to Waterford, we're going to unload the passenger, well, disembark the passengers, unload our cargo, and then we've got a flight over to Ireland West Airport Knock planned up. I'll have to reset Project Fly, rejig everything, and I'll show you guys how I actually set up Project Fly. Because some of you might use it, some of you might not. If you use flights, then Project Fly is actually really helpful to use. And it's completely free, which is always a good thing. Although with recent developments regarding Matt Davis, I don't know how long Project Fly will exist. You fly 757, your average is 100 200. When you fly the A330, your average is 30 to 90. Darth, could you teach Trav how to land? Because he seems to just have an inherent problem with landing. I think actually that's the airport over there. We got our 2500 warning already. That's concerning. Let's pull out a notch of flaps. So flaps 5, please. Just want to bleed off a bit more speed here. Now you got a turn coming up very shortly. Let me just show you. We've got a turn onto the ILS here coming up, and once we make that turn, I'm going to be swapping onto approach mode. Well, hopefully the ILS will bring us in. Can I see the airport from here? No. Because I'm looking in the wrong direction, the airport is actually over here. Nah, still can't see it. That right there is Waterford City, by the way. So we're gonna, I think, fly just short of the city. Ooh. Am I wrong? And actually the airport is over here. Yeah, there it is, over there. That's the road with the industrial estate. You can try. It might be a losing battle. So we're stable at 2,000 feet. And it'll be 2,000 all the way in. Making a right turn here in about a minute or two. 3 minutes. Just notice that our airspeed is getting a bit low. By a bit low, I mean we need to really crank up the power just to stabilize airspeed a bit more. Because we were verging on a stall just then. Find the airport with me. The thing is, the autopilot will bring us in close enough that the airport will be directly ahead. I just can't remember where exactly the airport is. We got what, 2 minutes to turn? 1 minute till turn. And our scheduled ETA is another half hour away. So we're gonna be coming in early, which is always good. Right, we've got our airspeed back. Let's put in flaps 2. And we'll be turning on final momentarily. I'd like to might hand fly the landing. Just for funsies. Got a fuel warning, but that's fine. We're basically at our arrival airport. Okay, here's our turn on to final right now. Quite an aggressive turn. And once we complete this turn, the airport should be dead ahead. At this point, we're now going to swap onto nav 2 and approach mode. Disable approach mode, please. There's the airport right ahead. We're going to make some weird and wonky turns here just to get everything lined up. We are a bit high, and by a bit high I mean very high. Oh no, we're a bit low. We're actually a bit low here on the approach. Alright, gear can come out at this point. That was an aggressive turn. So the plane's gonna start bringing us down now. Hopefully. Yes, I forgot anti-skid. Thank you, plane, for reminding me. Flaps 3. I'm gonna go full flaps landing because this is quite a short runway. And flaps full. Just want to verify flaps are full. Flaps fully out. Gear down, 3 green. Short final. We will disconnect autopilot at 1,000 feet. So we should momentarily get a 1,000 call out. Hey, Woodshed. So radar out 1250. Yep. So now we turn off the center panel lights, which will actually turn off all the cab lights. 1,000 autopilot disconnected. My airplane. And we're just gonna cruise this down onto the runway.
Approaching 2-1. Approaching 2-1.
This is the bit where I go quiet because
500.
landing is reasonably difficult.
400.
Got a small bit of a crosswind going on here. By a small bit of a crosswind, I mean it's actually quite significant. Minimums continuing. Small bit high. By small bit high, I mean quite high indeed.
100.
100 feet.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Oh, this is gonna be a long landing.
Long landing. Long landing. Long landing.
Come
Long
on,
landing.
get down. Get down. That was rough.
2,000
Reversers.
feet remaining.
And idle. Manual braking. Should be a turning zone down here at the runway, at the end of the runway. Let's get taxi light on, landing lights off. There's a turning area. Perfect. That was a bad landing. I probably actually should have gone around.
400 feet remaining on runway 400 feet remaining on runway 03 on runway.
Right, now we need to backtrack. The only way down the runway is to backtrack. We're gonna get menu up. GSX menu. I'm gonna go parking 1. No, and I'm gonna actually edit up parking 1 when we get there. Landed in one piece. Yeah, but I landed 3/4 of the way down the runway and had to go max reversers, and I was toying with the idea of just going full braking as well. Let's get the landing lights on so I can actually see what I'm doing as well. So the taxiway should be coming up here in a second. Doing a bit of a quick taxi, but that's fine. We can actually retract the flaps now. There's our taxiway with 0 lighting. And if memory serves, I just need to go the full way around here. It's slightly different from how I last flew in. I'm just looking for a dude and a light. Where's my dude? Where's my dude? Dude? Oh crap, I passed it. This is gonna be really bad parking, but okay. There. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. That was atrocious. Why is there a crashed plane over there? Traf's clearly been here before me. Something's gone wrong with air holder, I think. Yeah, something's not right with it. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna be back in a second. I just need to go to the toilet, so I'll be back with you guys in a moment. And I'm back. Airport Fire Service training plane. Maybe. Let's get this. Nope, that's the wrong one. Where's the bloody thing gone now? There we go. Let's unload our... No, don't want to transfer. I want to unload the cargo. Fantastic. Okay. Finish flight monitoring. What is our VSI? 133 according to Air Hauler. I just want to real quick deal with some financial issues that I do have in the game at the moment. Namely a €3 million loan, of which I can pay off £300,000 right now. There we go. And our next job is going to be over to Knock Airport. So if I can find the job here. Yes. We're going to be flying from Waterford up to Knock. It's a bit of a longer flight than the little short hop we just took. I open up Project Fly here real quick. Go up here and complete the flight. Complete. You can see the exact flight path we took. Straight out of Shannon, across the country. Bit of a diversion there and down 90 degrees to land. And our landing rate was minus 132 feet per minute, which isn't bad. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's actually brought my average landing rate down to minus 130 feet per minute. Let me just have a look at my stats here real quick. Yeah, average landing at minus 130 feet per minute. Let's have a look at Traff here real quick. His stats. Average landing of broken plane. Broken plane versus buttery smooth. Right, so let's get things going for our next flight. Bookings. Create new booking. It is going to be Echo India Whiskey Foxtrot to Echo India Kilo November. Gonna manually enter the booking. Gonna be flying our Aer Lingus plane, and our flight number will be, whoops, 4563 this time. Chosen by the wonderful method of just slam my hand down on the numpad and see what happens. And auto dispatch. Building maps during navlog. So I'm just gonna need to do some minor stuff here. Let's open up the briefing. And I also want to export to FSX because I want to load it in to little nav map. Let's save those changes. We want this flight plan here. There we go. So this is our flight plan. We're going to be going basically straight out of Waterford here. We're going to be going off runway 3 or runway 21. So we'll be flying out this direction, making a turn onto this leg here to Obagu, which, if you remember, we used in the last flight as well. It's straight up the country for 89 nautical miles. Top of the descent, near enough to Abbeyshrew. We're at Edono, Kudag, Lesro, Enula, Kitag, and then straight in to possibly runway 27 in Knock, which is regarded as Connacht for some reason. And there should be gates at this airport, but there are not. So we'll probably be using parking 4. So, with that said, let's get Project Fly activated here. Let's book our ad hoc flight. And we're flying to Knock, or Connacht. Our departure time will be about say 18:20. Don't need to do as much prep work this time. And we'll bring 20 passengers. Actually, 23 is usually the max. No, that's 22 this time. 22 passengers today. And we'll load that up. Get that accepted. Okay. And now back into Flight Sim, where we need to put in our new route. I just want to check the battery charge state. Don't mind on because we're on the ground. Battery charge is getting low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of cheat a bit here and just turn on the right engine. Just so that we don't run out of battery while I'm doing this. I want to go previous on the flight plan. We are going Echo India Whiskey Fox to Echo India Kilo November. And in the menu we are going to... Never looked at the flight plan, did I? GG. Oh, I've got it open still. Fantastic. I turned off the wrong... So we're going Waterford 03, even though we're actually going to be departing 2-1. Direct to Bagu, direct to Dono, and then the Edono 1 Alpha arrival into Knock Airport runway 26, aka 27, so it'll be IS 27 Bravo. We'll go 27 Bravo here for... We won't do any transition. And we'll be departing 2-1. No SIDS here, that's fine. So 2-1. Okay. That's fine. Back to the flight plan. And next. So we're going to have to manually input this. Luckily, little nav map will tell me everything I need to know. If I just bring it down here, you can see I've got all my waypoints. So I'm just going to put it down here, over here real quick. And program in a Bagu. Edono. Oh, okay. How about Kudag? K-U-D-A-G. Is that existing? Nope. Lesro, does that exist? L-E-S or O? We may be hand flying this, which is not good. How about Anula? Anula exists, which is great. Ketag? Does Ketag exist? Ketag does exist. Fantastic. So let me just look at this now real quick. So our new flight plan does not have Edono, Kudag, or Lesro. Okay, so at Bagu I want to be at about 12,000. At Anula we're gonna do quite a low flight, even though it's quite long. Anula I also want to be at 12,000. Did I just run out of fuel? What just happened?
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Regulations require us to point out the safety features of this aircraft, and we would be grateful for your full attention during this demonstration. In the seat pocket, there is a safety card, which the captain would like you to read carefully before takeoff.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go full fuel. We're going to go
by floor level lighting. Your life jacket
super
is
heavy.
under your seat. Should it be required, you must remove the cover and place the jacket over your head as now demonstrated. Pass the tape
Not entirely sure what happened to engine 2.
and tie in a double knot to one
That's
side.
of mild concern.
Outside the aircraft, pull the red toggle sharply downwards to inflate it. It may also be inflated by blowing
oh
the
yes. So it's GSX.
and adjusted as demonstrated.
Customize airport positions, and we're just gonna...
Would you now please ensure that your seatbelt is fastened bottomed and tables closed, ready for
That-
takeoff. Thank you for your attention.
And apply. So I want a pushback, please. Vice service here, please. Probably should have gone with Aer Lingus, actually, now that I think about it. Is that engine 2 trying to start? Engine 2 is now trying to start up again. There we go, now I can re-chat. Hello, Daggered Skulls. The planes deform if you crash? No. How many planes do I crash? Next to none, actually. Strobe shouldn't be on, beacon shouldn't be on. Excuse me, I requested pushback. Am I just not gonna get pushback? Oh, I'm not, because I'm parked so horrifically badly. That's fine, we're just going to ignore pushback then. Yeah, it's fine. Can I cancel pushback, or is it just not gonna... It's just gonna ignore everything. Okay, so let's get the engines running here. Get number 2 starting. Assuming it wants to start. Doesn't seem to want to, which is of slight concern. Let's get number 1 started instead. Number 1 starting. Why has number 2 stopped? Let's get the igniter on number 2. Try and start the engine again. Number 2 engine. Why are you not working? Is number 1 also hot started, actually? This plane bricked itself. Let's be cheeky about this. And just go to airport. Waterford. Parking 1, whichever one this is. And now engine 2 wants to start. But engine 1 has hot started for whatever reason. Is engine 2 also going to hot start? Let's turn off the igniters and see if that does anything. Both engines have hot started and they're stuck at 100%. Fantastic. What if I turn off prop sync? Okay, engine 1 has, I think, turned itself off. Yeah, engine 1 has failed. What the hell? Just gonna do a cheaty here. And get a new plane. I'm not entirely sure what's gone wrong with the plane, but it has bricked itself. Which is kind of interesting. Downside is I'm gonna have to taxi and set the the route all at once here. Because we're gonna have zero time to do this. Although, well, I can depart late. Won't make much of a difference. Let's just disable this real quick. Is this Carnado SF-34 I want? We got a new plane! It's gonna take a second to realize it's here. Fantastic. So at this point, start engine 2 properly. It shouldn't hot start this time. It is not. Let's start engine 1 properly. I'm going to, because I reset some stuff, need to just reload the weather here real quick. And I want to double check 12115, double check weather conditions here.
Waterford Airport Information Echo 18160, wind shear 82 at 8, visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky conditions 3,300, scattered ceiling 12,300, broken. Temperature 2.8, altimeter 3019er, ILS, runway 21 continues, landing and departing runway 21. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact, Echo.
Menu, arrival, no stars. Okay, approach. 27 Bravo. Weather knock transition. Then you go to the flight plan itself. Next. So we're making some on the flight changes, so it's a Bagu and Nula and key tag. Key tag I've just realized is not the correct waypoint, so we need to get rid of this one as well.
Waterford Airport Information Call 18180, wind shear 82 at 8, visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky conditions 3,300, scattered ceiling 12,300, broken. Temperature 2.8, altimeter 3019er, ILS, runway 21 continues, landing and departing runway 21.
Okay, fantastic. All gone wrong. There we go. Parking brake off. I don't want to set the lights here. Doot. Hi. There we go. So we're going to taxi directly through some stuff here real quick. Just don't look. We can turn off ATIS at this point. Wait, ATIS, go away. In real life, this is where I'd be pulling out the lumen fuse. Come on. There we go. We're gonna want... Why is there a DC-3 here? We're gonna flaps 10 for takeoff, I think. No, flaps 5 should be good. We're on flaps 5. Yes, prop sync on. Proceed holding point and then hold short. No, we're gonna taxi straight on. Just pretend we got position and hold. Clearance.
2-1. Approaching. 2-1.
Also known as line up and wait for people who want to call it that.
On runway 03. On runway 03.
So we're gonna backtrack 03 here real quick. Annunciator bright, please. Let's see.
Feet remaining. 900 feet remaining.
Okay. We are, I think, good to go. Let's use this turning area here.
100 feet remaining. 100 feet remaining. On runway 21. On runway 21. On runway 21.
Yes, thank you. I know I'm on runway 21.
On runway.
Yes, thank you.
On runway 21.
There we go. And with that, let's get this bird into the air. Rotate. Okay, this is probably about the limit of what we really want to be doing here. VNav on. And yaw damper is on. Good. Hey Bill. How are we this evening? We are good. Just having a bit of a fly around. Okay, let's pull the throttle back. Retract flaps. And I did turn Project Fly on, didn't I? Yes. Let's get that radar loading. So there is Waterford City. Hello, Ron. How you doing today, dude? Are we gonna be the only arrival at Knock? Yes, we are. So let me just show you what's going on here. This is Project Fly radar. If you got Project Fly, you can track my flight. We are Shamrock 4563. Just after departing Waterford Airport en route to Knock. ETA is about 37 minutes from now, so just after 7 o'clock, which is about perfect. Flying a Saab 34 registration Echo India Charlie Fox Charlie. Currently at 3,000 feet, climbing 1,400 feet per minute, we'll say. 192 knots, heading 330. And, well on our way. I want to, real quick, grab a little nav map. We have no ATIS in Shannon, so I'm just going to look up or Knock, so let's look up the weather here. FSX interpolated weather is 27812. So we'll be landing 27. Temperature 8, dew point 5. Pressure 3015. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Scattered 1100, overcast 3700, broken 10,000. No station where they're mostly in agreement. So we should be good. Semi-decent day health-wise. Awesome, dude. What did you think of the, if you've seen it, what did you think of the the farm sim trailer today? Let's get to our angle view 3 dramatic camera. Haven't seen it yet, only got in from work. There is a surprise in it. A big surprise. Something that I wasn't expecting to see at all. Let's go back into the cockpit and just kind of chill out in here for a while. There's a forklift, that's what it was, yeah. I don't think any of us expected a forklift. I've wanted one for ages. I wanted a really good forklift, and there's been some decent to middling ones, but it's great to see one coming into the base game. Just need to check real quick. Did my mic just go Satan? Did my mic just do the thing? Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. Oh no, it just did a weird thing, okay. It's good from the screenshot, so it does look actually quite amazing. Be great for second spud boxes, yeah, and moving the pallets around as well. Dave, playing flight sim, consistently thinking hard. It's not even that, it's just kind of sitting back and watching the all the dials and making sure everything's within limits. What is the ILS for knock? 110.7, so let's get this dialed in here. It's going to be a really easy dial in on our nav boxes, so it's 110.7. Just find the switch, there it is. And 110.7 and find the switch. There it is. I should have GPS selected here. Yes, I do. So we should climb up to 12,000 feet and level off. And we'll have a 12,000 foot cruise along Ireland here. That's where the menu bar. Well, a 12,000 foot cruise, northwest-ish, north-northwest, above, let's see, any notable places. We're passing Thurles Moyne Aerodrome, Roscrea, Burr Aerodrome, Athlone, Roscommon, and we'll be turning just by Boyle and into Knock Airport, which actually seemingly is nowhere near Knock. Okay. That's probably why it's called Ireland West Airport. Negative response to Oxy's statement. Oh, the statement that he only wants it to be his models to be used by Frontier in 19. I can see why people are being negative about that. Oxy has some of the best models in farm sim in his maps, so people are obviously going to be a bit annoyed they can't use them, but at the same time, you know, if they want to do private edits, there's no law against them whipping stuff for private edits. And quite honestly, making houses and stuff like that in Blender isn't the most difficult thing in the world. So now is a good time for them to start learning Blender if they want to get really good models, custom models into their maps. Hello, Scorpion DK. So I can see both sides of the argument with Oxy's statement. I can sit on this very comfortable fence that I've built myself, Zoxy mean map assets, yeah. Models, houses and stuff like that. I'd presume. Well, that's exactly it. It's really a case of, like, you can take fences and stuff. If there's a really nice fence that'll fit your map perfectly, I'm sure Oxy wouldn't mind if you took it and gave him all the please and thank you and all the niceties for a fence. But FS19 models are released model prefab, yeah. But I mean, if there's a fence that he's made that isn't a prefab and that would be perfect for somebody else's map, I'm pretty sure if you asked him nicely, he wouldn't mind too much. But it's more the asking nicely that would get you nice things in general. I'm gonna real quick check my emails because I've got the flight sim screen up, hiding all the private stuff, because I did get a couple of awesome. He did get back to me. Sweet. I'll deal with that after the stream. Actually, I'll have a look at it now. But see, now I'm doing some heavy thinking, because there's an email I got that I need to think about. Today's Thursday, isn't it? I might see if I can get Sam onto TeamSpeak later and have a chat to him about that, because I know his thoughts right now based on the email I got the other day, but I want to just run the current one through him and see what he thinks. And possibly Landy too. One of the reasons is too many modders not bothering to learn Blender to make their own models. Yeah, Blender's a bit of a beast. It's a bit of a strange beast. Let's turn off the landing lights and get our passengers up and about. I've just turned on the seatbelt light. No, seatbelt light off. Cockpit should be sterile. Our passengers have been able to walk around this entire flight so far. Center panel lights are on, which means the cabin lights are on, so let's head back into the cabin here. You can see that we have all of our 23 passengers are in fact invisible. So let's go back into the cockpit to not deal with the invisible passengers. Yeah, map assets like houses and stuff, it's just a giant cube. If you break a house down into what it is, the most difficult thing about making a house in Blender is texturing it and getting the textures to work right. Yeah, that's kind of the problem, Bill, is people just really like taking entire areas of maps and just plopping them in somewhere else. Like when I take something out of a map, like, annoyingly I never got to show this off, but I took the grain silos from Frontier's store on the West Coast, and I resized them and reshaped them so they were the same silo, but they looked completely different, because I didn't want it to be a blatant just, he's taken that off the West Coast. I did it so that it suited the map that I was making. And everything that I took, I kind of customized it to suit the map that I was making instead of just straight stealing it. But it seems like too many people just straight steal because they can't be bothered putting in the extra little bit of effort to maybe even just rescale stuff. Or put a new texture on it somewhere. Yeah, that seemingly is the big problem with farm sim modders, is they put all the effort in to make this lovely map and then they just steal every asset from somebody else's map. with zero effort put into them. So we're now on to our long leg of the flight here. This is an update on Project Fly. We're currently at 12,001 feet. 232 knots ground speed. Flying nearly due north. There's somebody in this. I think that's a Cessna. It's a Cessna 172. He seems to be flying circuits around Selbridge at the moment. There's an airport in Selbridge. Oh, Weston. So seemingly he's flying between Dublin Airport and Weston Aerodrome. Let's see who's going into Dublin Airport. Anything fun? Shamrock 1 Kilo Lima arrives at like 6 AM. Or depart. Oh, it's a departure. Okay, Ryanair 67 Kilo Tango. Starboard 8 Kilo. DHL 2771. FedEx 14 Echo. But I think DHL and FedEx are flying with each other. Any interesting arrivals? 737, A320s, another oh, 737-700. That's interesting. 737, 737, a 900. Interesting again. An A319, that's rarely seen now. This is the fun thing about knowing some aircraft codes, is you can kind of work out some stuff. That's all you can ever ask, Bill, and I think a lot of people will, and some people will just be angry. What's the difference between cockpit and virtual cockpit? Let me show you. Cockpit is... oh, it doesn't work. It's supposed to be a 2D cockpit. I think I've got it turned so that it's fully invisible. 3D cockpit is... a virtual cockpit is 3D, so I can look around it. 2D cockpit is just kind of an overlay on the game. So let's set up a little flyby here so you can see our beautiful plane flying past. You might notice I got the landing lights off. We're over 10,000 feet, so that's perfectly fine. In theory, I should also be at 299 or 2 on the... I should be at standard pressures, but FSX is a bit weird and uses the FAA definitions, because I'm currently at flight level 120. Angle V3 seems to have better sound than the actual flyby. And that is way more dramatic. Hey, Dusty. That is a lot more dramatic. You can also see the crowd, because we seemingly have a bit of a crosswind going on there. In terms of where we are currently, I might be able to show you this actually. Locked spot. Can I see it from here? Yeah, that down there is actually Ross Cray. Yep. That is Ross Cray. We're currently flying over there. In North Tipperary. We're heading into the Galway area now. The next major waypoint is going to be just off to the left. Oh, we're actually flying into Offaly. So we're going to be flying over Birr in probably about 3 or 4 minutes. So it should be starting to appear off the left side of the plane, just off in the distance. Stay on this view for a little bit. So you can see the air is affecting the plane quite a lot because we got A2A's real fuel on, or Accu fuel, or whatever it's called. Accu Sim, I think it is. Just giving me some winds aloft, and basically making it so the plane's not flying through soup. Actually need to dive into the cockpit real quick and just check the weather radar. In fact, this gives you a much better idea of exactly how crooked we're flying, because we should be... You know, this line should be dead straight going up to this arrow, but because of the crosswind, we're actually flying at about a 10-degree angle. 5 or 10-degree angle, yeah. So let's see if we can see Burr. There it is. As if on cue, there's Burr in County Offaly. I think the cabin lights have just come on. 12,000 feet below us is the lovely little town of Burr. I say little, it is quite large. And I think our next waypoint, our major landmark, is actually going to be not Clonmacnoise. Athlone will be off to the right soon enough. But I think our next major landmark is actually going to be the Inula waypoint just over Boyle. Let's see, give you guys that. An outside view. There we go. So if you have any questions or anything, now's a really good time to ask them, because cruise is always a good time for just chatting and interacting with chat. So if you got any questions, anything you'd like to know, now's a really good time to ask away. Landing kit, by the way, I think is going to be on Forza, so as soon as I've landed, I will get the plane shut down, close flight sim and open Forza today. So that'll be all nice and delicious. Speaking of nice and delicious, there's a weather reload. I'm going to do a manual one real quick just to make sure that is actually a weather reload, not just the weather dying. Was that the weather dying? That was in fact the weather dying. So with the weather reload, I'm now going to need to get new weather information for knock. Interpolated weather 27813 85 10 3012 13 light rain. Oh crap, that's not good. Light rain is not good. That is going to reduce braking efficiency. When VATSIM? When new codec? Where am I landing? I am landing in Ireland West Airport in Knock, which seemingly has no gates, which it shouldn't. It should have gates because it is a regional airport. I'm gonna park. I'm gonna stop up in a parking stand. There's one available, so we can make use of that. Bit cloudy, bit weathery in general here today. Just wanna. Can I reload the weather at all? For this, like, can I get information? FSX interpolated 1844. Okay, so this is the latest. 27213 161721 242932. This is just a bunch of random nonsense. Scattered 12, overcast 15, broken 103, broken 233, 0805, 1020. So that's right now reset the QNH. In the virtual cockpit here, landing started countdown, that's fine. QNH needs to be 1020. I believe 3017. It's still regarding itself as 1022, which is interesting. How far away are we from our next waypoint here, which is Nula? 48 nautical miles and 56 from the Knock that's not gonna work, is it? We're not gonna drop that far. Let's reset this to 7,500 so we can actually start our descent. So it should now start bringing us down in a moment. Any moment now. Glengar boy donated 25 euro. Good lord, Glengar. Thank you very much. Glengar with 25 euros saying, Howie now, we are much better now that we're 25 euros richer, Glengar. Thank you very much. It's very appreciated. You may have set Michael off now. Let's just bring the throttle back. There we go. We're going to start a slow descent now. We seem to be in a bit of a tailwind all of a sudden, which is kind of nice. The lab map, what kind of winds do I have? It's a direct crosswind, actually. Mean to do it for a while. It's, dude, you know how appreciated that is. Yeah, I saw you gave Chris a few quid and accidentally set your real name to it or something. Chris was telling us in TeamSpeak. I really need to come up with new sound. I need to make fun new sounds for those notifications, I think. They do need it going over. So we are now on descent into Knock Airport. We do have a weather system coming up. You guys can't see it because it's under chat. We do have a weather system coming up. You can see the weather. Green is quite light. Yellow is kind of medium. If there's any reds, I'll need to be aware of them. But as of right now, it is just kind of light rain, and some quite bad turbulence. So let's get our passengers seated again. Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has switched on the seatbelt sign. Please this time be seated as we are coming up to some turbulence and also quite close to landing. So please be seated for the remainder of the flight. Hey Foxy, Ryanair's better. The Streamlabs thing was fine. Ah. Danny's live. Danny, this is gonna sound mean, but I mean it in the nicest possible way. I don't care, we're playing two different games, we're doing two completely different things. Landy doesn't care that I'm live, I don't care that he's live. It's a mutual not giving a damn. I told him last night that I'd be in Flight Sim. Flight Sim is basically me saying, I want to just stream for the sake of streaming and do my own thing, so do what you want to do. I don't care when or if you go live. Because I'll pop into I'll pop into a stream when I'm done, but for right now I'm just chilling with a play. Ryanair's better. I don't know if Ryanair's better. I've never flown Aer Lingus. Recently moved to X-Plane. I'm probably going to move to P3D. Would be my move, which I know is just based on the FSX engine, but that's an intentional thing. I've got a decent bit of payware for FSX. I don't want to have to swap it all for X-Plane payware. And I don't have a lot of money, so I think P3D and being able to use my existing payware is probably the better solution for me. Don't mind people knowing your name, just not having to display on the screen like that. Much like me, Glengar. Which is why, if I open up this scene real quick, I have Project Fly conveniently located like this. Explain, you have free ortho and free Z both 737. P3D is really nice as well. Yeah, P3D. The problem with one of the main driving factors for me is that Air Hauler 2 works with X-Plane or with P3D, but not with X-Plane. And I like using Air Hauler because it gives my flights some sort of meaning. I am actually currently doing an Air Hauler flight. I can't remember for the life of me what I'm carrying. What the hell is my cargo today? It is 2,500 pounds of magazines. People in Knock want some weird things. Let go. Gone down through 11,000 feet now. It is time to start configuring for landing. So we won't have much time. Well, we will have a decent bit of time with the little loop around the airport, but let's get the anti-skid on. Let's get the landing lights on. Strobe light is still on. Taxi light is off. Wing light. Let's get the logo wing lights on just for sanity's sake here. Anything else we need to configure for landing? Let's get the wipers on. In a rare move, we've got the wipers on because we're expecting light rain. We're coming into turbulence now. Which is this expected turbulence? Yes. Be a small bit coming over. Decent bit coming up ahead before Anula by the looks of it. Directly on our flight path. There'll be two pockets, and then looks kind of like the weather system's breaking up a small bit. We might get a bit of heavy turbulence on a final, but we should be relatively okay other than that. So let's reset our QNH here. 1020, that's perfect. And yeah, the weather system's kind of bobbling a bit. See, Cheshire. I'm presuming you're heading over to Landy. You guys want to head over to Landy? I don't mind at all. We've only got this landing to do. We're going to be starting to bring out the flaps once we make the turn at Anula. Because from Anula we're heading straight to the Knock VOR. And from there, where's our intercept? I'm guessing CI is the intercept course. And our missed approach is vectors. So if we do have a missed approach or go around, we will just execute some vectoring. Interesting, okay. There's not too long left in the stream anyway, so it doesn't matter one way or another to me. We'll be landing soon, yep. We're coming up, we're about, how far away? 41 nautical miles from the airport. 12 miles from our final, well, one of our final turns. This game is so laggy. It can be, yeah. So let's just get a bit more throttle in. So, how long is estimated until landing here according to the... so we should be landing at about 6 minutes past 7. So in about 8 minutes time, 8 to 10 minutes. So actually having the seatbelt sign on is a good thing. You're supposed to set seatbelts coming through 10,000 feet or 15 minutes prior to landing. This game is so laggy. Unfortunately, yeah, FSX isn't the greatest for like not lagging. Especially when you got a lot going on. Like this is a very detailed plane. It's extremely well detailed. If I were to zoom in, you can kind of see there's a lot going on just with the textures. And there's a lot of polygons being rendered at the moment to make it look so nice. As well as that, we've got cloud effects, we've got light effects, we've got a whole buttload of lights down on the ground as well, and that's all being rendered at once. No, there's frame rate issues with this game. That FSX is notorious for poor FPS. You know, it's not perfect. Like right now, my CPU is running 72% occupied. Most of which is actually FSX. So we're coming down through 10,000 now. Should be at what, 7,500 at Inula. Another 2,500 feet to drop. We're not dropping altitude as quickly as I'd like. Can I go into a... No, I can't. Okay. Oh, hang on. Is the speed directly related to how quickly we descend? Because I'd like to descend a bit faster, please. We've got 1 minute, and we're not going to be at 7,500. That should be okay. We should be okay, in theory. I want to just quickly set up thing 264. Do you know what? I could. Yeah, let's make an alteration to our flight plan here real quick. So I don't need this or this. So this is going to be our flight plan now. We're only basically a few minutes from arrival. I just realized we can fly straight in. And we're running a risk of a stall, so I need to up the throttle a bit. A lot. Come on. Just need to get the airspeed up again. And are we 21 nautical miles out? Yes. Take flaps 1, increase our stall, well, decrease our stall speed. Come to think of it, are the wipers working outside here? Ooh, they are, you know. Some planes don't have that modelled. There's our turn. We're basically coming on to final now. Should be intercepting ILS momentarily. We're going into a bit of a dive because we've got to get down to 3,000 feet, so let's dial the throttles back in a bit. Or back out, I guess. And once we get this turn complete, we will go on to final approach mode. .500 feet per minute is not nearly fast enough of a descent. Don't have localizer intercept just yet. Is that because we are not in? Yes. Okay, approach mode. VNav off. I want approach mode. So the plane is now gonna, hopefully, basically fly itself. Now's a good time to take flaps too, so go up to 10 degrees of flaps. And we should, in theory, go into 1,000 feet per minute descent. We're close to that. We are a bit high. So yeah, the plane is increasing our descent rate here. This is where the lag really comes in, because it's doing a lot of calculations at once right now. We should be on the ground in a couple of minutes. So once we reach about 4 nautical miles from the runway, that's when I'm going to want to... Like, we're 9 nautical miles out from FI2, from short final. Or full final, I guess. Long final, because that's a 7 mile final. Once we get to about the 7 mile final, we'll want to be taking the gear and flaps. Is it 25 as flaps 3? There's a flaps indicator somewhere and I can't remember where it is. Oh, flaps 7 is flaps 1? Wow, we're on flaps 15 then. We can take flaps 20 now, but I think we're a bit far out for that, because we'll really need to have the gear down. I think if I do this... It is complaining about config because I don't have the gear out, but it should be fine for flaps 20 with no gear. Put the gear out then, and we're going to be going, what? 35 is 140 or less indicated, so we are going at a decent rate. Here we should be good to land. There is the runway up ahead, I believe. No, that's a road. It's a bit far out to see the runway apparently. Going down through 6,500 feet now. We are very soon going to be turning off the cabin lights, but turning off the center panels. They are linked. I believe it's the center panel light controls the cabin. Yeah, it's the center panel light. So if I just switch it off real quick right now, you can see a lot of this has gone dark. And if I go into the back now, the entire cab is dark. So that's what we're going to want to do when we're on a short final, once we got the gear down and whatnot. Runway's still not in sight worryingly. At all. We are... how far out are we? 12 miles, so it should be coming into sight soon. Hardly the one way over there, is it? No. Still a bit high for glide slope, but we should be fine. I want to check real quick what is the course I'll need here. 264. We're on what? VR look 2. So course 2 needs to be brought down to 264. Just so I get a good idea of... There we go. Yeah, we are crabbing a bit, which is, I guess, a bit unfortunate, but it's fine. So we're about to intercept the final approach, 2 nautical miles out from final. And we're going to take, at this time, gear down. Gear down and lock 3 green. That's going to give us a bit of extra drag going through the air here. So just a bit of extra throttle in. And is that right there what I'm aiming for? Oh, that's not the airport there, is it? That is the airport. We are quite high. Flaps 30. Flaps set to full. Gear out 3 green. Right. Let's get the yoke back up here real quick. And we can fly in visual. So center panel lights off. Cab lights dimmed. Autopilot disengaged. We're gonna hand fly in this final because we are a bit too high. We got 4 white. We're high on ILS. There's no auto braking in this plane. It doesn't go fast enough for that, so we're just going to use reversals and manual braking. Once we get onto the ground, we're not quite lined up with the runway at the moment, so I'm just going to bring this off to the right a bit. Computer build device. Build a good one. Spend a bit more than you think you need. This is always good advice. And make sure to research the parts you're putting in. There's a saying in... it's mainly for statistics, but it's garbage in, garbage out. If you put garbage stuff into your computer, you won't have a very good one. Research the actual components you're going to be using. Because if you use good components, your computer will be really good. If you use bad components, your computer will run like butts.
2,500.
2,500 feet. Wipers can come off because they're actually annoying me. Still too high on glide slopes, so we're just gonna tip the nose down. Pull some throttle out. We are mostly lined up with the runway, which is good. Just gonna do a bit of a slip here. So we are a small bit off to the right, or to the left. There we go. Luckily, Knock Airport does have quite a good runway. Quite a long one. Still coming in high. At 1,200 pounds.
Too high, too high.
I would say
too
even
high,
maybe
too
more than
high.
that. Yes, I know I'm too high and my sink rate is insane, but it's fine.
2-7.
So I'm going to start pulling out of dive now. And there we go. Just kind of level off here a small bit. A bit more throttle, just for safety. Okay, 500 feet. Hundred above. Landing. We're continuing this approach. A bit low, but that's fine.
100.
Actually,
50. 40.
there we go.
30. 20. 10.
That was not a good landing. Just gonna go neutral reverser here. Back to idle. And we're on the ground. Where is the taxi? Oh, crap and a crack. Oh, wait, no. There's going to be a taxiway off to the right here, and that's going to be the one we want. It's taxiway Bravo. So I'm going to unhide the menu bar. GSX menu, please. Parking. I guess parking too. And I'm going to want to follow me because I have no idea where it is. We want operation by Aer Lingus. Taxi light can come on, strobe can go off. Heaven lights can come back on now. Parking 2. I'm guessing parking 2 is actually in the other direction. With a 1 minute and 4 second ETA of the follow me that I want, I'm guessing we need to turn around, so...
Approaching 09. Approaching 09.
Let's just see if we can see any
On runway
lights.
09. On runway
Yep.
09.
So the follow me is actually after coming from the terminal building. And it's gonna do some stupid stuff. Follow me has arrived. Oh, never mind. It's actually done some sane stuff for once. Let's get taxiing behind the follow me. Because I have no idea where it wants to bring me. This, by the way, is a thing if you don't know where exactly you're going. Let's say if the charts are wrong or something, or if your plane is just incapable of using certain taxiways, or if it's just big. Or if you're not very good at taxiing, I guess. You can request to follow me from the airport. In real life. Especially if it's like an emergency landing or an unplanned landing, you can request to follow me to a suitable position. So you're going a tad bit fast there. We've got a lovely Aer Lingus follow me car ahead of us. And I'm guessing it is actually the parking 2 that I thought we were going to. Wow, okay. I was expecting to go to the GA parking large, but looks like we are actually going to the terminal, which is really nice. Great for our passengers. So we'll be taking taxiway Alpha here. And there was no way we could have evacuated the runway onto Alpha without backtracking, just looking at it now. Because there's the touchdown zone straight ahead of us. Follow me aborted for safety reasons. Thanks, follow me. You git. It's not my fault you decided to come to a stop in the middle of the runway. So we can just manually taxi over to the parking stand that we're supposed to be at. In fact, there it is. There I can see our tug. There may be some shenanigans because I think this is interacting with some stuff that maybe shouldn't be. That I think should have been, or that I know should have been disabled. So I think this is where we want to be turning here. Well, with the follow me just zipping off, I'm presuming we are headed in the right direction. Or not. Where's our dude? Oh, he's there! Okay, we just took a turn. We took our turn a bit early. So I want to just kind of keep an eye on where the dude is. Inside the building. Our dude is actually inside the terminal, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do some shenanigans here with GSX. Customize airport positions. And it will be parking. It's parking 2. We're going to. We're just going to go for a safe dock T39. We'll go for Agnes, whatever that is. We should now have a. Yep, we've got a wall-mounted display up there. That should, in theory, tell me when to stop. But it looks like it's not working. Are you working? I cannot tell. That'll do. We're parked enough. Is JSX gonna tell me to cut engines? Cut engines. lights. Engines off. At this point, beacon can come off. These lights can come off. Nav lights. Actually, nav lights need to stay on at all times. And we can open up the door. That's gonna do it. 2 relatively successful flights. With some wonky marshalling. 99% satisfaction from our customers today. On our second flight, I think our first flight was 100% satisfaction. I'm gonna real quick open up Project Fly here and end the flight just to see what our actual landing speed was, because it was way higher than I would have liked. Minus 282, yeah, that was an atrocious landing. That was terrible. And apparently we had 16 passengers according to Project Fly, which isn't too bad. But that's gonna do it. You enjoyed that? Well, thank you. That's gonna do it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you next time. I'll probably do some more flight sim in the near future. Let's just unload our magazines. What's out of curiosity, what does this say? Yeah, 271. Wow, that was bad. I'll catch you guys next time. I'll probably do some flight sim again reasonably soon. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.